Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. All right. Um, Having a good day. And I'm probably gonna record a couple videos. If not, at least this one. Um, yeah, I was having weird stuff going on with my mic. I need to buy a microphone. Like I have a microphone, but it's like I don't know, I need to charge it or something. I don't know what's going on. Plus, it's not strong enough. I don't know. I'm gonna buy a microphone, but that's besides the point. So hello. This is Jasmine. Specifically, welcome to my channel. Welcome. So I got inspired to make a video and talk about the subject of how it's better to go after what you want for yourself only rather than using other people as motivation. Although some of the reasoning behind the motivation will help you, but this video is essentially about the purpose of why it's important for you to only think about the benefit of you, like how it benefits you, and only think about yourself when choosing to go after goals, dreams, and anything in between. So I have my notebook here with plenty of notes to not get lost on whatever I'm trying to say or whatever I'm about to say. Okay. Usually I would just type something out and like put it here, but I didn't feel like doing all that typing. Like I really do like to make like slides and stuff, but I don't feel like doing that today. I just wrote it down to further, articulate what it was that I was trying to say. So I have bulletin points and things that I feel like matter. This is important to me because I think that, oh yeah, here's another reason why I got inspired to make this video and talk about what I'm trying to talk about, is because I think about how, like, for example, with school, people going to college specifically, how, as you're growing up, you have this kind of expectation to pursue something or do something. And this is instilled into us before we know who we are. So a lot of people, I feel like, have found themselves, and I'm just using college as an example, like they've found themselves doing something or pursuing something in hopes of not disappointing the people that wanted them to do that and be that. So they never actually break free from the narrative that someone else curated and designed for them, whether it be society or your family, friends, or whatever it is that, became instilled in you to be that before you actually knew who you were. And I think college is one of the greatest examples because that has always kind of played in the back of our minds since kindergarten, since we've been little. It's always been, once you graduate, think about college, right? And there's nothing wrong with college per se, because, someone like me, I actually have been in college. I'm currently in a community college, and I feel like my specific journey is important to me. And I can apply this because I actually am a returning student rather than just someone who knew what I wanted to do. So I actually started out after high school. Like, first of all, I graduated in 2015, so I'm 27. When I graduated, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I ended up in a community college, which I'm glad that I chose that route versus spending a lot of money at a university, wasting my time because I didn't know what the heck I was doing in community college any damn way. Um, but when I got there, I went for about 2 to 3 years completing the prerequisites and basics and stuff. So that was cool. And I still had some cool experiences, met people, learned some things, right? But at one point, I decided to stop going because I genuinely couldn't figure out what the purpose was behind it. I couldn't really figure out why I was going. Financial aid was great. That was a great plus. That was a great motivation, but I still couldn't figure it out. And I hated when people were all like, be this, do this, go to school to do this, be a nurse, be a dental assistant, be this, be that. And it's like, as a 18, 19, 20-year-old, I still never resonated with that because I wasn't in anything purely to just make money and have a decent lifestyle. That did not make sense to me. Even as a younger adult, it didn't make sense to me. I wanted to do something that I felt passionate about, but I hadn't found my passion yet. So I told myself, I'm not gonna re-enroll until I feel like it. And I didn't re-enroll until maybe a couple years later down the line. And of course, I enrolled in something that I cared about. Now, although I'm in school right now, I still feel like it has helped me in ways. I love studying, learning new things, and I'm doing something that I'm passionate about. But even while I'm in school, I still feel like I have somewhat of a beef or an indifference with maybe the mode of operation and institution and the individuals that I may cross paths with, professors, other individuals, studying something that is based on me figuring out my particular style and to be able to utilize that, whether I work for a company or for myself. All the curriculum, all the assignments are geared and set up for me to use this in multiple ways and not just one. So I'm grateful for that. People have this undertone. It's the same undertone that you'll feel in a corporate place or any environment that still feels kind of fake, you know? And that's all I'm trying to say. So even though I am in school, even though I'm still doing what I'm doing solely because I wanted to do it, not because someone was telling me, go do this because you'll have a better life and you won't have to suffer. Even though I'm doing that, I can still, if I wanted to, change my mind and say, peace out, I don't want to do this because something doesn't feel right here and I don't like my environment. So that is just a little bit of backstory about myself. And I'm going to go into what I mean with, I don't even have a title for this video right now, but right now I'm going to just say, you should be achieving your goals only for you and not to make people proud or to prove something. You should only be going after something that you want for yourself. And the only other exception is also if people that you love and that you're taking care of or that are in extensions of you are also going to benefit from you doing what you want to do. Here's a couple bullet points. So society created a narrative for you. And with society, this is people that fall under the category of family, friends, employers, spouses, media, movies. I think that um, all of these things together have constructed your mindset to think a certain way and to show up in a certain way, to care about certain things. What kind of profession, what kind of career, um, what you should act like based on your ethnicity, what you should act like based on your gender, what you should act like based on your circumstances, what you should act like based on how you look from the outside, where you come from. Media, especially, we can talk about media, specifically movies, and nowadays, of course, social media. But I'm going to use movies and say specifically like how people portray certain kind of people in movies definitely does something to the psyche here in this Western world, or honestly around the globe, to make people think that, oh, these kind of people act like this, or you see someone that is a reflection or a depiction of you, and you think to yourself, if you still have a premature mind, I should act like this. This seems like the way to go. This seems like my story, right? These all these things are conspiring to pretty much make you think a certain way and act a certain way, be a certain way. Media plays a very big role, such a great role with also the things that you fantasize about, romanticize, and you desire. So, what you feel like your idea of success is, luxury, op- optimism, or opulence, not optimism, opulence. Um, People are literally attracted to the type of person that they're attracted to, probably not because it's natural, but because they've watched a certain kind of archetype or physical feature, people with certain physical features in movies, and they just see that all the time. So that's like their reference point for what attractiveness is. And that's a whole nother video that I actually want to talk about, because I feel like I have a story for that, but that bothers me too, because personally, I feel like I have a wide palette of what attractive looks like for me. So, yeah, anyway, all of these things together, kind of depending on your mind and your blueprint and how you feel about yourself or whoever is raising you, all of these things together are going to make you adopt a certain narrative about how you should go out into the world and what you should be in the world. Some of these narratives are also good narratives. Not all these narratives are just, for your, some of these narratives are for your betterment and not to keep you inferior or keep you from alternatively thinking and being a free thinker. Some of these narratives actually work in your favor. There are good portrayals of what someone like you should be. There are good examples of the people that you're around, parents, family, friends, employers, maybe circumstances, environments that are good reference points for the type of person that you should be. But unfortunately, a lot of times it's not that way. It's not these positive examples. These positive examples are gems that are hard to find sometimes, and hidden gems, because a lot of us are born into a family, a circumstance that is actually hard as hell. And even if you perceive someone else going through the opposite of what you went through as a kid, don't ever think that the grass is greener on that side, because honestly, on the other side, there's less substance. There is this um, inability to relate to humanity. There's a lot of different things going on the other side. So don't ever look down on, your circumstances and like where you came from. But kind of losing track here. It's like being born here comes with a certain trauma. It comes with a certain hand that has been dealt to you, right? Um, Naturally, you would want to compare yourself. Naturally, if someone appears to be glitter, you think it's gold. Naturally, you think like, this is what I want because I see this. I see Tony Montana get it out the gutter or whatever, get it out the trenches, like that. Like literally, I feel like Scarface has played such a great role in what people would romanticize about with the American dream or just success in general. Although, if you watch the movie, you see why his path has made him end up where he ended up. But still, the glorification of, you know, um, physical, material things, the women, the money, all that. That movie and so many other movies, gangster movies specifically, play such a great role. And I can also say that I love movies like that because they also show you what it looks like to incorporate and integrate a certain power to be able to have the confidence to show up and be what you want and be the villain or whatever. But right now, that's not the point. So, all of these things, society, and mind you, society is the umbrella for your family, friends, media, spouses, even, for what they want you to be, what they keep showing you, what they keep telling you, what hints they drop, all of that, what they choose to focus on, what they deem as important. And it's up to you to decide whether or not that is your path or if it's not your path. Sometimes, or a lot of times, we use others as motivation to pursue a certain lifestyle goal or our dreams. And these motivations may come from either a positive or a negative emotion. So, an example of what a negative, some examples of what negative motivation is like, oh, I'm trying to prove this person wrong. They said that I wasn't going to be this. They said I wasn't going to do that, whatever. Or also like, oh, this person don't believe in me, which is kind of like the same thing as the first one. Like, you don't believe in me, so I'm going to show you why you're wrong. And then also people already hating on me, so I'm going to just try to make them even more upset, which is honestly my favorite one. So each of these as motivation is not bad, right? This isn't bad to be motivated through anger and through feeling like someone doesn't believe in you and your vision, or if someone thinks that you don't have the ability to be whatever it is that you want to be or whatever. But my issue with using anger as motivation, in the long run, it's gonna run out. It's good fuel for, getting your feet off the ground and like, getting started and doing whatever it is that you want to do. But also it's temporary because, what did I say? It's temporary because when you realize how much you actually love yourself, you're going to do what you want to do regardless. Like, your motivation is going to exist regardless of if someone sat up here and made you angry enough to be like, damn, I'm about to actually go do it. Temporary. It's a temporary kind of fuel. I want momentum. And momentum is through more of the positive. motivations. So examples of positive motivation is also, oh, wait. Actually, run it back. I want momentum through genuinely living and breathing in my essence. And because in order to keep this essence, I do what I do. That my like keeping my essence, which is like the closest thing to God, is what's keeping me going. Not because this person made me mad because they told me that I wasn't shit, or like I'm trying to prove to everybody else that I can do it because they already mad, they already hating. I got haters anyway. I want to make them mad. I want people. I want to be the talk of the town. Whatever. Like that's not enough for me. I mean, people are gonna do what they want anyway, but I'm pursuing this because I'm like, this is just a part of me. This is I have to do this. This is a calling, not because I'm trying to make people upset. Examples of positive motivation or a positive emotion for motivation is like, this person wants me to make it, so therefore I'm going to try and achieve this. Like this person wants me to do this, so I'm going to do it, right? And that's cool and all, but you got to ask yourself, like, if my grandma, if my mama, if whoever wants me to do this and be this and do this as a profession, this is just an example, then like that's great. That's somebody in the background cheering me on, but I have to ask myself, is this my path to go down? Or is this just what they wanted me to do because they said that everybody in the family does this and this is the way it's always been? So you might as well also hop on the train, you know? Everybody is doing this, or you might as well do it. You have to ask yourself, is that are they trying to just see themselves live through you? Did I say that right? Are they trying to live through you? Or do they genuinely care? Because my thing is, I don't feel like people actually understand what to pursue or to go after until they actually have a purpose that they've discovered, which your purpose can be what it is and still have like different avenues that you go down, but these different avenues all lead back to your purpose. So when people want you to do something or want you to be something, especially at a young age, it's not necessarily practical all the time. I mean, I feel like it's cool if you're able to hand down certain principles, like when people have a family business, I think that that's beautiful. I feel like more of us should really have family businesses. Honestly, we should be born into families with that. But still, even if we did, who's to say that we want to keep that up all the time? But I still think that that's a good, strong thing to have. And then another example of a positive motivation is, and this is the best, I feel like the best kind of example. And this is the only other reason why you should be going after what you want or the goals that you have. This is the only other reason, aside from it only being for yourself. So the example is, by me choosing to go after this, the people that I love and the people that I care about will also benefit from me doing this. That is great motivation. And I feel like that's the only other kind of motivation that you need to go ahead and do whatever kind of thing you're going to do. So this is also something that I wrote. Okay. Society, which includes everything, media, family, friends, blah, 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 whatever, everybody. Um, and, you know, they hold the expectations that they hold means the expectations that they hold for you to carry and upkeep has created or curated for you to live out and exist in a narrative that is linked to validation and not self-acceptance and the encouragement of pursuing your most natural essence, whatever that looks like for you. Through us thinking that we have to do this, do these certain things, be these certain things, prove people wrong, try to prove people right, I guess. Like, you're still kind of absent in a way and not really honoring yourself and being able to actually be bold enough to do what it is that you feel like you should do or whatever feels the most natural to you in this given moment. They set you up. Society set us up. The media set us up. These ideas that people were always giving us since birth set us up to still act through validation, act for validation, do things for validation, versus seeking self-acceptance within ourselves and truly getting to know ourselves and be more intimate with ourselves. Which I like to say, you know, being my most natural essence. That's what's keeping us from being what we're supposed to be. Now, I have a couple of other bullet points. And these are going to be reasons why I think that this is important. And this is the purpose of setting goals and achievements, accomplishments for yourself only, or the people that are also extensions of you that will also benefit from you, which in most cases it would be like your children or the people that you love, that are rocking with you on your team, your family. So by only doing things for yourself, by only going after what you want for yourself, you release the need for external validation and approval, which kind of reiterates or further drives my point about what I just said previously. So you'll no longer be seeking to be approved by anyone, and you'll only have self-interest in what matters to you or the things that you know are gonna benefit you, not doing things because, you know, like you feel like you have to do it, or else you might not be able to live a certain way or whatever. And more importantly, you're not trying to seek the validation that comes with a certain appointed title that you have now achieved, or degree or level or whatever. Like, you got that for yourself, not because you wanted to just be able to walk around and be like, yeah, I'm this and I'm that, and I just achieved this and I just got a doctorate and da 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 da. It feels good to say, right? I mean, you should be happy about whatever it is that you did, but me personally, I can't, when I'm doing something that big, super big, but I know that it was backed by me wanting validation, that it just still feels imbalanced, is all I'm saying. So you have to seek things for yourself. Do what you want for yourself. But in like a natural way, not in like a corrupted way. I mean, still, you know, I'm still saying to be selfish, but what I'm saying is Do it because you genuinely want to do it. Another one. So you aren't this, these are reasons. The purpose. These are purposes. These are reasons why you have to be for yourself first. Put other people's ideas and what they want you to be second. So another one. So you aren't letting the world influence and dictate your important decisions. The world's reality, the people around you that exist, is not always the same as your reality. Be inspired, but don't let anyone influence you to put care, energy, or action to something that does not resonate with you. Just because you're doing it, just because you're caring about this right now, does not mean that that might not be for me to care about. That might not be for me to do. Everybody want to wear blue pants. It don't feel right for me to wear blue pants, so I'm not going to wear blue pants. Simple as that. You can be satisfied and content in your present circumstances rather than always pointing out flaws. There is less comparison or no need to compare when you are focused on your internal terrain. If I'm mentally somewhere else, I can't compare myself to someone. I can't size myself up or size other people up if I'm over here and they over there. Or mentally I'm over here and they're like over here or right here. I can't, what's the point of me comparing? I can't compare the fruits of their labor to mine or the circumstances or lifestyle because we aren't, what I say, we aren't and never will be the same person. So by me choosing to put myself, only choose myself, I have to also be okay and content and satisfied with my circumstances, be content with my present moment while I'm simultaneously walking in my path towards the goals and the purpose that I have. Comparison cannot cease to exist, and I can't point out flaws. There's no point in me doing that because the reason why we think we have flaws, which, we still do have flaws, but honestly, if we weren't able to compare ourselves to other people, we wouldn't even know that they were flaws to begin with. I'm not saying we don't have things to work on, but all I'm saying is you're always pointing out your flaws because you're always comparing yourself. Oh my gosh, I have a pimple. So fucking what, you got a pimple? You're only pointing out that you have a pimple because people around you don't have a pimple. But if everybody had a pimple on their fucking nose on a Monday, would you really give a fuck that you had a pimple on your nose on a Monday? I don't think so. You will be creating and defining your own meaning of success versus the world's popular meaning of success. By me choosing things for myself, choosing to achieve goals and dreams for myself that I want only because it resonates with me at a pure level, then that means that I'm defining what success looks like. You define what everything means. You define what everything means, not the world around you. You're locked in with yourself. You define what everything means. Everything, not just success, but everything. Somebody might be chopping it up with you, talking about this is what love is, but you might have a whole nother kind of opinion about what love is, what kind of definition love actually is. People don't get to have the satisfaction of being a helping hand in your success. Can't nobody get bragging rights to be able to be like, yeah, I helped you. I made you. You wouldn't have even done that if it wasn't for me giving you that advice, da 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 da. Because people like to do that. skipped one. I got to go back, but I'm going to just go ahead and finish what I was saying. No one can say that they made you, or you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. Can't nobody say that. If you're achieving what you're achieving or going after what you're going after because that was in your heart to do so, because you love yourself. This one is the most important, okay? So listen up. You strengthen your intuition and only follow your internal compass when you choose to only go for what you want because you want it, not because of someone putting that idea in your head. You've invested so much trust into you by doing this. No one can tell you otherwise. No one can tell you, hey, that's not it, do this. No one can tell you, because by you constantly choosing to serve yourself, that means that you've made an investment. Listening to only yourself is an investment towards stronger intuition and discernment. Intuition and discernment is literally the spiritual, that's the spiritual like version of having a fucking AK-47, like or just having, or you know, it's like the more you invest into listening to yourself, the more protection you have, whatever that looks like for y'all, whatever y'all think that is, spirit guides, angels, etc. That's an investment. That's what investments are. That's what that is. The stronger that is, the more cultivated it is, the better, the more protected you are, because you have put the time and trust into following God, yourself. So it's hard to be led astray. It's hard for someone to, you know, do that, to throw you off. The more you've invested, you put more trust into your intuition. You strengthen your self-esteem. You strengthen your self-esteem when you're brave enough to say, hey, I'm only going to do this for me. F what everybody else is talking about. Self-esteem and confidence is high no matter what lowballing thing comes your way. I'm gonna read that again. Your self-esteem and confidence becomes high no matter what kind of lowballing thing comes. So your self-esteem is higher when your intuition and your discernment is higher. So of course, we're still here, we're living life, whatever, stuff's still gonna happen, things are still gonna try to make us mad, provoke us, but it'll never keep us off track because we've already invested so much trust and love and respect and dominance and beauty and like passion into what it is that we're doing, that when people try to come through or events try to conspire to destroy us or to lower us, it don't even work. It's like sitting on the throne and somebody trying to throw something at you and you just don't even budge, or somebody trying to provoke you and you're just like, I can't do anything. So essentially what I'm saying is you're operating from divinity and not desperation when your self-esteem is higher. You're operating from divinity. You're not desperate for anything. And then here's the next one, the last one that I have to say, which is the world becomes yours. The world is now yours because you created your own paradigm and your own reality. And you've defined what things actually mean to you. You define what was important to you. You define, you're on your own path. You've paved your own way. There is no I gotta see what they're doing. I gotta see what they're doing. I gotta see what y'all doing. Definitely, keep your ears to the streets, but, define what is important to you. Don't let the world define what's important to you.